Councillor and Akunu will be arriving late. Thank you so much.
Councillor Karadia.
Thank you, Speaker. Welcome to our special guest. Apologies for
Noted, Councillor, I will see if other hand, are the apologies noted? Thank you, Councillor.
We now proceed to the state of the executive mayor.
before I call you to the podium, I saw Councillor Christian Ken was raised. Councillor Christian. Appreciate opportunity, Councillor. You are muted. Councillor Christian, you are protected.
That a political appointment is now seated in that row as well, in the form of the mayor's chief of staff. And also, Madam Speaker, I see that protocol has once again been broken because the EFF simply marched to the center of this house instead of bowing to you and coming around. Please make sure that the protocol and processes are done correctly so that when the mayor does speak, he speaks with the authority of the office of the mayor. I thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Christians. And the Chief of Staff, we did speak with the Mayor about this, and we did allude from legislature that the Chief of Staff cannot sit with us here in this council chamber, but you are more than welcome to sit with our guests upstairs. So can you kindly be excused so the Executive Mayor can deliver his speech? We did speak about this. Chief of Staff? Protocol, please check if everyone sitting in front of me should be in that place. Chairperson? Councillor Christians, is your mic off? Councillor Rapadu is on now.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And let me just say you're looking stunning, Madam Speaker. It's not me battering you up for more time, but it's the reality that we're facing. Madam Speaker, please, man, every council is a teachable moment. And I always say this. Please, can you guide us so that some of us can be okay with some of these standing rules? So which rule is this that the Chief of Staff has to be moved from there so that even next time when we are sitting in those seats, we don't do a similar mistake as well? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Chairperson Rapadu. As I've alluded before, we spoke with the Executive Mayor about this. So the Executive Mayor and myself did engage about the state of the city and who is allowed to sit here. So, councillors, we have created this platform so the Executive Mayor can deliver his state of the city address. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are waiting for it. Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Councillor Sello Dada Morero, I would like to welcome you to the podium to deliver your State of the City address.
Honorable Speaker of Council, Councillor Nobuhle Mthembu, Honorable Chief Whip of Council, Councillor Stembiso Zungu, members of the Mayoral Committee, Honorable Councillors, Ministers, Deputy Ministers, MECs, and members of the provincial legislatures, members of the South African Local Government Association, Diplomatic Corps, leaders of political parties, special acknowledgement to the African National Congress, Manager and your administration, fellow South Africans, Consular General of China, guests in the gallery, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and compatriots, Dumelang. Madam Speaker, with your permission, please allow me to preface my remarks to this cabinet so that I can effectively deliver my first state of the city address. Honorable Pirate Union, this is the pirate. This is the parade you want to see on a regular basis. In the same spirit, 2025 and beyond must be the year we see the Joburg we want to see. Madam Speaker, of course, we readily admit that this address is delivered during difficult times, locally and internationally. The people of Johannesburg legitimately are concerned about the city that they call home. And this is my home too. All I know is Johannesburg. Without Johannesburg, I have no ground. Therefore, as an executive mayor, I rise with the empirical task and responsibility by stating the following. I, Silo Enoch Murero, swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa, will obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution and all laws of the Republic, and I swear to perform my functions as a member of the Mayoral Committee of the City of the Metropolitan City of Johannesburg to the best of my ability, and I swear that the contents of this declaration are true, so help me God. These words drive me to focus and serve the people of Johannesburg, restoring law and order through by-law enforcement and crime prevention, making sure that traffic lights do function, giving traffic fines to offenders, creating opportunities for young people, keeping the street lights on. Equally, it falls upon us as this administration to collectively create a Joburg that is vibrant, safe, and where every resident must not go to bed hungry. The people of Johannesburg must reflect the 43.9% of Gauteng province GDP, which totaled 2.37 trillion and 14.97% to the GDP of South Africa, which had a total GDP of 6.97 trillion in 2023. We have a promising story to tell, but let us start the journey from the beginning. Since the formal establishment of Johannesburg in 1897, the city had 104 mayors. I was formerly mayor number 100, and today I am mayor number 104. This number symbolizes democratic gains we have made as a people. I wish to believe that all these mayors represent aspirations of Joburg they wanted to see and have. Imagine what went through Mayor William when he had to write his speech during the challenging times of Mayor Montes Clark, who led the city from 1976 to 1977. And of course, David Tibeli, who led in 1978 as the first black local authority apartheid administrator of Soweto. Both faced challenges in crafting their speeches because they had to respond to challenges led by young people who subsequently shaped the South Africa we see today, the June 16 generation. Needless to say, 91 apartheid mayors designed the segregated infrastructure and unequal spatial system we see today. This racialized system was only designed for a minority. Therefore, they were not inclusive in their approach, and for that we must continue to blame them. As such, I rise on the shoulders of our democratic mayors who worked hard to dismantle the spatial divide and took it upon themselves to reimagine Johannesburg differently. For this, let us rise. For this, let us rise, fellow councillors, and recognize their contribution to the democratic city of Johannesburg. Let us acknowledge Mayor Isaac Mkhasi. You may be seated. Acknowledge Mayor Isaac Mkhasi, 1995 to 2000, was the first post-apartheid mayor of Johannesburg. He was driven by the need to eliminate poverty in Johannesburg. During his memorial, it was even suggested that Johannesburg should be named Isaac Mkhasi Municipality. This may not have happened, but today we honor him and his generation for their contribution to Johannesburg. Executive Mayor Amos Masondo, the man who implemented Igodi 2000, which was a 3-year plan aimed at addressing the financial crisis and restructuring the city into a single metropolitan authority. He systematically changed the face of Soweto. Today, we deservedly call him the father of local government. Executive Mayor Parkstone, the man who transformed Johannesburg. The man who transformed Johannesburg into a world-class African city. The man who transformed Johannesburg into a world-class African city. The city transformed and became financially viable. Under his leadership, he stitched the city together through the implementation of the Corridors of Freedom and Josie at Work programs. The people of Johannesburg enjoyed living, working, and playing in this city. Executive Mayor Herman Mashaba, also known as the accidental mayor, he tried to thin Johannesburg. Executive Mayor Jeff Makubu led the government of local unity and led us through COVID-19 health and economic pandemic. He kept many residents alive during this difficult period. His approach to accelerated service delivery was impressive. Executive Mayor Jody D. Matongo the man who put in place an economic recovery plan aimed at turning our economic crisis into an economic opportunity. Executive Mayor Mkomwerani, our service delivery mayor, every day was a clean-up day. Clean Joburg, Cleaner Joburg campaign. Executive Mayor Mpopalat, the first female mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Executive Mayor Silo Morer, Executive Mayor Silo Morero, effective mayor for 25 days. Executive Mayor once again Mpopalat the return. Executive Mayor Tapelo Ahmad, the mayor who tried to attract smart investments into the city. Executive Mayor Kabelo Kwamanda, our equally youthful mayor. And of course, Executive Mayor Silo Morero, that is me. Our challenges are complex, and we don't have infinite resources. Alone, we will not solve these challenges. For instance, the city is not financially stable. Infrastructure is decaying, and service delivery backlogs have reversed the gains we have made. COVID-19 alone set us back by 10 years. As we stand here before you, our uppermost in our minds and driving our actions was to go back to the starting gates of our founding mayors, like Executive Mayor Amos Masondo. Distinguished guests, our love for Johannesburg help and propel us to partner with the national and provincial government, business, labor, and civil society. Together, we are ever endeavoring to solve our collective challenges through collective partnerships such as Josie My Josie Consortium, and we want to thank you for collaborating with us on transforming underutilized buildings in the Johannesburg inner city. The Johannesburg Parks Alliance, we welcome the 1 billion partnership to rehabilitate, develop, and maintain green public spaces across the city, involving corporate sponsors and non-profit organizations. Discovery Insure and Avis Southern Africa, our partnership of implementing our Pothole Patrol program using mobile technology is yielding the results we want to see. Johannesburg Inner City Partnership, please do not give up. Coordinating efforts to improve urban safety, cleanliness and walkability through projects like ADAPT, a pavement and precinct upgrading in the inner city. Water and sanitation services, South Africa, we thank you for implementing the 5-year operational management contract for the administration and delivery of water services under Johannesburg Water. Coca-Cola Beverages, South Africa, thank you for being by our side throughout these many years. Your activation programs help us to keep the city clean, and now we will be rolling out the Grow My Business training curriculum to empower township-based entrepreneurs in retail and in hospitality sectors. To all taxi associations, Johannesburg, to all taxi associations in Johannesburg, thank you for your positive contribution in managing illegal street trades. With Youth Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I am excited about the launch of the Y20 launch. Thank you for practicalizing youth development by building innovation and entrepreneurship centers that will anchor Joburg's transformation into one of Africa's smart cities. Private property developers, thank you for joining our collaborative approach that can be seen through the Caswell Reservoir project, which was approved 9 by the Mayoral Committee in March 2025. In this partnership, a 10 megaliter reservoir will be constructed by a group of private developers at an estimated cost of 40.3 million, fully funded by the private sector. Steyn City, we're excited about the 11.5 billion investment on bulk infrastructure such as road, sewer, stormwater, electrical and gas reticulation. This is a meaningful investment in the creation of 27,000 jobs. Fellow councillors, every day we must listen and respond timelessly to the voices of Joburgers. All they want is electricity, water, transport, safety and housing. In this regard, let us continue to executing and doing the following. 1, implementing our energy sustainability strategy that tries to ensure the delivery of conventional power and integrate new distributed energy generation and energy storage facilities into the energy mix. The big idea aims to reduce our reliance on generating a capacity from Eskom. This new energy mix is designed to relieve the pressure on Eskom. 2, investing in deprived and marginalized areas with the goal of addressing deep infrastructure backlogs. Transform these settlements into livable, connected, and economically viable communities. To this end, the city has allocated at least around 3 billion over the medium-term revenue expenditure framework to invest in 8 of its own most undeserved, underserviced areas: Diepsloot, Southern Farms, Ivory Park, Kalfontein, Orange Farm, Soweto, Rivale, Zandspruit, and Radu Park. Revitalizing the inner city by restoring Johannesburg's urban core. At the center of Johannesburg High Impact Program is the Inner City Revitalization Project. This cross-cutting initiative is aimed at upgrading bulk infrastructure, refurbish abandoned buildings, install safe public lighting, and restore dignity to the heart of the city. This investment will unlock mixed-income housing, social tenants, and reignite the economy of the central business. Key precincts such as Marshalltown, Jeepistown, Hillbrow, and Braamfontein will benefit from this multi-layered program. The inner city is not just being the so-called herbicide. We are transcending the so-called we are transcending the so-called herbicide, or rather the
what we call the decay or the urban decay in simple terms. It is being repositioned as the economic epicenter of the Gauteng city region. We are reclaiming the inner city. The reclaim of the inner city has become personal. Implementing the Lufarain mixed-use development is the flagship human settlement intervention in the city. Located in the southwest near Protea Glen, this development will deliver 30,000 housing units alongside bulk infrastructure, social amenities, and local economic hubs. Funded through the Urban Settlement Development Grant, the project is implemented by the Department of Human Settlements and JOSHCO. Lufarain represents the city's commitment to spatial equity, integrated settlements, and the delivery of new sustainable neighborhoods. We handed over the Southern Farms mega project, which presented an opportunity for the city to deliver 43,000 subsidized housing opportunities to 11 11,000 residents of Johannesburg. This project makes provision for a fully integrated township with mixed income housing typologies supported by economic activity and social and community facilities. Electrifying informal settlements led by the city by City Power. The electrification of informal settlement remains a top priority with a 296 million allocation focused on connecting to the grid areas such as Diepsloot, Orange Farm, Ivory Park, and Kaisense. This initiative will provide safe and legal electricity access to thousands of households, integrating them into the urban energy system and laying the groundwork for service upgrades and formalization. The program also supports the city's energy transition through complementary investments in substations and upgrades and energy efficiency retrofits. 7, building resilience and reliability of water security through Joburg Water, which commands the largest average capital allocation. This program is delivering a series of large-scale interventions aimed at securing Joburg's water future. 8 will be implementing Johannesburg Growth Agency multi-year infrastructure program. GRA starts with preserving and upgrading the backbone of the city's mobility network. This includes concluding the reconstruction of phase 1 of Lillian Ngoyi Road by August 2025, tarring of gravel roads in the township areas, and the rehabilitation of stormwater infrastructure. These interventions will reduce flooding, enhance connectivity, and ensure that the residents in under-serviced areas are better integrated into city transport grid. Upgrading Picketup's landfill rehabilitation and waste infrastructure to support Johannesburg's transitions towards a circular economy focused on the following: upgrading and rehabilitating landfill sites at Grootkopies, Marie-Louise, and Robertson Deep. Installing material recovery facilities and biodigesters. Procuring new waste collection fleet. The 10th area that we'll focus on is acknowledging the city's social and community capital strategy that includes a strong social infrastructure component. Key projects herein would include the following: 1, the Cosmos City Swimming Pool Clinic and Matolesville Multipurpose Community Center, the Brett Drums Multipurpose Center, paired, of course, with the shelters for disabled persons. You can see a clinic upgrade and expanding access to primary health care. Upgrading the Jabulani Precinct, which is a cultural and civic repositioning program. The Jabulani Precinct upgrade with a 24.2 million allocation under development planning, is revitalizing Soweto's urban heart, improvements to the pedestrian pathways, civic building and public spaces around the Jabulani Theatre and Civic Center. We will help stimulate tourism, creative economies, and township enterprises. Implementing the Orange Farm Renewal Program led by the Johannesburg Development Agency. This area-based intervention targets bulk infrastructure, roads, clinics, and social amenities in Orange Farm Region G. This historically underserviced area receives tailored investment to address 13 density pressures to unlock formalization and connect to the broader urban economy. Supporting the Grand Central mega housing development aimed at delivering at least 83,000 mixed housing opportunities. Perhaps I should repeat this one. The Central mega housing development, it's aimed at delivering 83,000 mixed housing opportunities on the other side of Midrand. And this is the first ever bigger program to be rolled out in South Africa. Operationalizing the Integrated Intelligence Operations Center under public safety, the city is expanding its central crime and disaster response platform. The upgraded IIOC supports smart surveillance, data analytics, and multi-aging coordination in responding to public safety threats. From bulk infrastructure to community facilities, these projects embody Johannesburg's intent to rebuild trust, deliver equity, and invest for impact. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this high-impact project portfolio of 2025-2026 reflects a mature systems-oriented approach to governance, grounded in the spatial strategy, financially accountability, and measurable service outcomes. The city is aware of the high electricity tariffs our customers are paying, especially industrial customers. These customers are major employers in our city, and we need to support them so they are sustainable and financially viable. Through City Power, we will provide a relief tariff option to our industrial customers. To the international community, cities across the world are engines of growth, and this growth is anchored through partnership, innovation, and entrepreneurship, particularly amongst our youth and marginalized communities. Through the hosting of the G20, B20, and the U20 summit, Johannesburg is now referred to as the home for solidarity, equality, and sustainability. We have a good, solid history of hosting international mega events. Rest assured that once again we will work hard to unite as the residents of Johannesburg and work together to make our guests feel at home. Our president made it clear that South Africa's G20 presidency presents us with a valuable opportunity for South Africa to advance efforts towards greater global economic growth and sustainable development. Furthermore, this also presents us with an opportunity to place the needs of Africa and the rest of the global South more firmly on the international development agenda. In support of our presidency, the City of Johannesburg is tasked with co-hosting the U20 Summit in September 2025, a momentous global event that demands meticulous planning, interagency coordination, and operational excellence. As you know, U20 is the international platform where global mayors come together to create pathways for economic opportunities that are accessible to all. Together, we can share best practices to stimulate local economies and attract sustainable investment, which in turn can help bolster our financial position. As we share these best practices, let us invest in our cities. Johannesburg has a lot to offer and to offer to the world. We have an investment pipeline that has the potential to solidify our relationship with the G20 countries. For example, we have industrial parks in prime areas that China can consider. 2, for the United Kingdom, we have our Global Business Service Center operating in Alexandra, where 90% of the workforce are young people. By partnering with Business Process Enabling South Africa initiative, we equip 30% of unemployed people to gain comprehensive training in demand skills and create sustainable career paths, both locally and internationally. 3, for Japan, the majority of our taxis or minibuses in Johannesburg are your brand. You can enter into skills development program focused on repairing and maintaining taxis operating in Johannesburg. 4, for Germany, the Diepsloot sewer pipeline and bridge water demand management system and the Northern Wastewater Treatment Works plant presents us with an opportunity to address our capacity and pollution risk. For your developmental agency, the GIZ has been instrumental in supporting us. Therefore, this investment benefits us to build a resilient city supported by a green economy program. For Brazil, we are investing 396 million in the city's formalization program focused on upgrading our over 20 informal settlements, including Zandspruit, Kaya Sands, Finetown, Orange Farm, Ivory Park, Lehaye, Loli, and Porky. 16, formalizing our informal settlements helps us to address issues of poverty and safety. The city's defining special feature is seen through the mining belt. The 1.3 billion is earmarked for the redevelopment of the mining belt, which includes programs at infrastructure, land rehabilitation, and public space development across the mining corridor. This investment presents an opportunity for Russia to showcase its planning and execution capabilities. To our President, His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa. Firstly, thank you for bringing us the presidential support package. It may be early days, but this intervention has brought a new paradigm shift in the planning framework and the execution of basic services. Secondly, your support has enhanced the work of the Service Delivery War Room as established in March 2025. Significant progress is being made. For example, the War Room has an executive and is responding to systematic failures and real-time coordinated service delivery and accountability. We have seen, of course, a decline in service delivery protests. Intergovernmental, regional, and state-owned entities are collaborating to fast-track service delivery. Every day I get messages that tell me that something different is happening in Johannesburg. However, more needs to be done. Lastly, the first task of the presidential support package was to develop a turnaround strategy. In preparing for my State of the City address, I had an opportunity to engage ministers, deputy ministers, communication experts, former city executives, and think tanks. Whilst we were engaging, I felt the need to start drafting the city's turnaround plan. Today, I would like to present you this turnaround plan for consideration. And this turnaround plan responds to your scope of developing a strategy and ensuring aggressive implementation takes place. To achieve this, let us use our executive orders by establishing a high-powered implementation impact team known as the Bomb Squad. In military terms, a bomb squad has the responsibility of examining and removing bombs that are found and to prevent them from exploding. This COJ bomb squad must remove constraints that impacts our city's ability to create the Joburg we want to see. Furthermore, the city's turnaround plan will use the digital public infrastructure services which offer society a practical investment alignment tool for the city to unlock. To unlock property value, attract capital, formalize service usage, and revenue sources. The digital public infrastructure is envisioned not as a tech solution, but as a citywide, multiple interconnected infrastructure platforms enabling private investment, business operation, and household service use. This means that the city will drive the development of a digital public infrastructure that is specifically focused on employing artificial intelligence to improve services such as detecting water leakages and managing electricity demand and supply. Madam Speaker, please allow me formally to hand over this turnaround plan to the President, His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa. I therefore would like to direct all our councillors to the screen whilst I electronically submit the plan to the President. Can I now for can I press? Let's acknowledge the email to the president, comrades. Let's acknowledge the email. I thank you. Madam Speaker, you have been leading us in managing the integrated development plan, the IDP consultation process. We presented the draft IDP and budget for public comments. We're engaging with comments which are shaping the strategic direction of the city. The vision, mission, outcomes, and priorities remains the same. Our long-term vision is indeed to be a world-class African city. For today, we need a vision that symbolizes the Joburg we want to see. Let us adopt a new vision that is centered on creating a winning city with a singular outcome of creating one city driven by its people. Of course, our most singular priority must be the people of Johannesburg. The city's financial position remains fragile, and it calls for a major reset in our financial management and revenue generation activities. Our revenue collection approach will be overhauled to improve the liquidity of the city, leading to its financial sustainability. Whilst we appreciate the current challenging economic landscape where high unemployment remains a feature of the economy, we will be robust in collecting revenue from those who have the means to pay. Our large consumers of electricity and water in both private and public sectors are urged to make their fair contribution by paying their bills on time. We have no choice but to insist on proper financial discipline so that we can ensure the proactive management of our income and expenditure to drive the full value from each rand spent. We must strengthen our financial development plan to create a sustainable multi-year funding model for capital infrastructure structures to cater for both social and economic infrastructure projects in the city. We remain financially sustainable as a key priority for this term. We call on all people of Johannesburg to actively engage with the city and support our revenue collection initiatives while resolving any challenges they may have. There was a time in Johannesburg where we would dress up to go to the city center. We did this so that we can shop, enjoy entertainment activities offered by Carlton Center, GB, North, Hillbrow, Rocky Street, or Fortsburg. We took pride in our fashion, and we took pride in walking the streets of Johannesburg. Lovers connected at Joubert Park. Johannesburg felt good. Join us as this administration to work hard to bring back that vibrancy, growth, and connection. Senior managers. Firstly, let us stop talking about the township economy as if it is an academic concept that we don't know nor understand. We must bring this economy to life. We can start by leveraging on the work of the Joburg market. The Joburg market moves over 1 billion in fresh produce each month and sees more than 14,000 buyers daily, mostly from townships like Soweto and Alexander, street vendors, spaza shop owners, and small food businesses. Yet almost 90% of the money spent goes to large commercial farmers outside the township, sending nearly 500 million a month out of poor communities without helping local farmers to grow. To fix this, the city of Johannesburg must join forces to help township traders to buy in bulk and cut costs using smart digital tools. This will lower food prices for families, boost profits for small traders, and create tens of thousands of jobs in areas like delivery, processing, and digital services, starting, of course, in Soweto, Alexander, and Orange Farm. We should aim to create 40,000 and 40,000 and 50 or 40,000 to 50,000 new jobs within the township supported enablers within trade, logistic, agro-processing, and digital services. Secondly, we must accelerate the implementation of the district development model. The Lenceria Smart City program is a significant catalytic project that will grow the economy of Johannesburg. Projects within Lenceria must be supported. The city's commitment and investment in the Northern Farms wastewater treatment plant is a game changer. This initiative is a cornerstone in the city's infrastructure development, showcasing a commitment to sustainability and inclusive growth. The city of Johannesburg has committed to contribute over 626 million to leverage and unlock the potential of the Northern Farms wastewater treatment plant, a project valued at 4 billion. This substantial financial injection demonstrates the city's dedication to enhancing its wastewater management capabilities and addressing the growing demands for bulk infrastructure in the region. A key aspect of this project is its inclusive approach. The city of Johannesburg has emphasized that everyone who wishes to participate in this development space will be supported. This inclusivity extends to local business, contractors, and workers, fostering economic growth and providing opportunities for skill development within the community. The Northern Farms wastewater treatment plant project is expected to generate significant economic benefits. This investment will create jobs, stimulate local business, and contribute to the overall economic development of the region. By involving various stakeholders, the city aims to ensure that the economic gains are widely distributed and benefit as many people as possible. To ensure the successful implementation of the Lenceria Smart City and address the pressing infrastructure needs, it is imperative that additional support and guarantees for the wastewater treatment works project is established. This will not only facilitate the timely completion of essential infrastructure, but also bolster the overall development goals of the Lenceria Smart City initiative. Fellow councillors, we are all familiar with the idiom that says, I quote, "Drastic times call for drastic measures," close quote. This means acknowledging our challenges which have led us to this crisis. Therefore, we need extreme action to resolve our challenges. We must behave in an unusual manner so that we can see and yield different results. Unlike COVID-19 pandemic, our situation cannot be classified as a new normal. As we internalize our context, I would like us to consider and actioning the following. 1, immediately adding an economic work stream within the presidential package. This work stream must help the city to reach an average of 3% GDP growth over 5 years. Declaring a state of disaster for crime and lawlessness from July 2025. That bylaw enforcement is a non-negotiable and we must implement the broken window approach. 3, declaring a war on potholes, illegal connections, land invasion, illegal mining operations, illegal dumping, and undocumented migrants. 4, creating space for the titled bomb squad under the leadership of Dr. Snooki Joseph Zigalala that will become operational in June 2025. 5, rotate members of the mayoral committee to strengthen where weaknesses are. Number 6, rotate senior managers starting from July 2025. Selling our debtors book so that we can save the city's finances. Start going back to daily monitoring of the city's cash flow by all senior managers. In order for the city to thrive, a minimum of 200 million must be collected on a daily basis. Reduce the cost of doing business by implementing the city's revised economic strategy. Allow the presidential support package to assist the city to regularize the political facilitated agreement, PFA. To the residents of Johannesburg, we must all play our part so that we can have a functional city that is vibrant, livable, and resilient. Please do not litter and stop illegal dumping. Please stop littering and stop illegal dumping. Please do not vandalize our public infrastructure. Do not hijack our buildings. Please comply with all our bylaws of the city. We must move together. In 2024, we reimagined the city. In 2025, we must see our city as a city of choice. By working together, we must ensure that no one is left behind. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, to all political parties in the chamber, let us not fight, but use the soccer debate tomorrow to receive inputs from our constituencies. Tomorrow, I would like to hear voices representing the people of Johannesburg. I know you may have the capacity to punch holes in my speech, but let us do things differently. Tomorrow, tell us about the Johannesburg you want to see. Tell us about the Johannesburg you want to see. I wish to acknowledge members of the mayoral committee in working with me to put in place performance targets that will be monitored monthly by my office. I also wish to thank management and all staff members of the city for the work they are doing. Needless to say, more is required so that we can reshape the city of Johannesburg. To members of the government of local unity, thank you for your continued support. We are here because of the residents of Johannesburg and nothing else. Let us not fail them. I thank you.